Hello, I am Devina, and hello to all of you, very bold, beautiful, brilliant, and evolving souls. Thank you for always being here. Always appreciate your comments. Um, and if you have any questions or video requests, please feel free to share. Today's topic is going to be on C-PTSD and the fear of homelessness. I think I've realized that this is not just something that I fear, but it's something that's very common for people with CPTSD. And I believe it is tied to the deep fear of abandonment that we have. So as a child, if we show our authentic self, if we try to set boundaries with our parents, if we try to protest something that they're doing and we're saying, just by crying, we don't like it, um, we thought we would be, rejected. And so we fear that in that rejection, in that abandonment, that our parents might even like throw us out on the street because they no longer have a use for us. And that's what narcissists do is they discard when you're no longer wanting to play their game of providing them with supply and giving them validation that you're so wonderful and great that they have no use for you anymore. And I believe as children we know this. We are very aware that we need, as all like that we need to fawn to survive that situation. Um, yeah, so a healthy parents let their children know, that they are accepted, that they are welcomed into the family and into the home, and the children feel secure. And of course, they don't fear that that their parents are going to withhold care, or their parents are going to throw them out of the house. So there's a deep sense of safety and security that children have with healthy parents. They know that they're loved unconditionally, no matter what, and their parent will always be there for them. Of course, the narcissistic parents let you know directly or indirectly that they are only keeping you around as long as you are useful, as long as you are fawning them, pleasing them, going along with how they want things done, and providing them again with that narcissistic supply. So, boosting their egos. And so, yeah, and I still have some more notes here and I'm trying to follow. I think we knew, as children that our parent would stop caring for us or withhold care, or even just, as I said, completely discard us if we had challenged them, if we had, protested further, because often we cry, we ask for their assistance, and they shame us or they invalidate us. And then if we continue to protest, they will punish us even more with, more yelling or whatever, scolding. So they really don't give a shit about your needs or your feelings. They will absolutely shut you down. And especially, I think, for the scapegoat, um, you were an intelligent, bright, aware, empathetic, sensitive, strong little child. And just you being you exposed all of your narcissistic parents' weaknesses and flaws. Because, of course, they don't have the attunement, they don't have the empathy, they don't have the boundaries. So their only option, and this is the narcissistic's subconscious conditioning, is to avoid their shame at all costs. And it's important to understand this, that the narcissist doesn't care if they're hurting their child. As long as they don't have to face their shame, as long as they're maintaining their fragile ego, they don't care. And this is at a subconscious level, but nevertheless, I mean, it's pretty harsh and cruel. It's very harsh and cruel. They don't care that their child is taking on that shame and that pain. And they, in fact, need to see that their child is in pain and suffering and behaving like, is taking on that person, that belief that they are the worthless one, not, the narcissist. And so again, this, of course, forces the child into, um, fawning. They're constantly afraid of that their parent will literally abandon them and leave them on the streets, helpless to die. And so you are absolutely living in terror. It is a war zone living with a narcissist. So we basically have fawning for in our child's mind, fawning equals I get care and a home and I survive. Being authentic, trying to hold on to my integrity equals no care, punishment, rejection, homelessness, and die. So this is how I believe that we sort of equate things in our child mind, the best that we can to understand what's happening. And that's like, even if our parents hadn't literally thrown us out of the home, and some parents do, like some narcissistic parents also literally will throw their kids out of the home or threaten to kick them out of the home. So there can also be a literal, if you've had this happen to you, then of course you fear homelessness because your parents like literally threatened to abandon you, like directly. Um, so this can, as I said, can happen like indirectly, or it can happen like very directly, that they basically tell you, I'm going to leave you, or I'm going to throw you out of the home if you do that one more time, through intimidations and threatening. And yeah, I feel like, oh, one more thing I want to say about narcissists is like literally they're like, how dare you make me look bad? I think this is just sort of like this came to me last night, and I'm like, yeah, they do not want to look bad. So if you're making them look bad, look bad, as I say, like in other words, you're just being a human little child, right? You're being natural, and doing what children do. And just by being you, um, the narcissist, of course, doesn't have the skills, doesn't have the capabilities to connect with you, to empathize, to attune, to do all those things, be respectful, set boundaries. And so they will blame the child. How dare you? That's what's going on sort of in their psyche, in their mind. How dare you make me look bad? So they literally hate, the scapegoat child. And so I think, especially for scapegoat children, it's probably normal to have this fear of homelessness because you felt so rejected by your parents and even by your whole family. So it can be a very strong sense of fear that you will lose your home if you are authentic, if you stand up for yourself, if you hold steadfast in your boundaries, if you live with integrity, you will go homeless. And what came to me last night as I was thinking about this is, it's strange, but the more I healed, it was actually the fear of homelessness only came up like about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, about 2 years ago. Um, and I realized that it was as I started to get healthier, as I started to get more healed, as I started to have more boundaries, this fear of homelessness started to grow. And now I'm like, oh, that actually makes sense because I am living with more integrity and I am being more authentic and I'm setting fearless boundaries for myself. And it is scary as hell. It is terrifying to do this. But yeah, I think it's because, and I'm really hoping I'm right in my theory, that this is because I'm getting healthier and because I am daring to live with integrity. Um, And this is how we, get healthy is by these bold, really bold moves and choices and boundaries for ourselves. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I wanted to say. So, and just in general, I think, as I heal it, you might thinking this is getting worse. Like that's kind of my sense of it is like as I'm healing, why isn't this getting better? I feel like it's getting more hellish and more painful. And I think there's some truth to this as well, that as we heal, we actually start to have the capacity to hold those much more difficult feelings. So we start to experience like really like the most terrifying things of our childhood. So in the beginning, maybe you're experiencing some frustrations and some confusion or like things like that. And then as you progress in the healing, as you practice sort of feeling all these difficult feelings, I think, um, you know, we start to experience the more difficult things. So this really is something that really sucks about healing is you're like, why isn't this getting better? And I'm really hoping that at some point it does get better. I will definitely keep you, you know, keep you posted. But yeah, is this is so tough. So if you do have this fear, I just want to let you know that it's normal. And yeah, just wishing you so many blessings on your journey of healing and awakening. And I'm Davina at Boldness Blooming. Thanks for watching.